Mommy was 29 years old when she gave birth to her fifth child and named her baby Sally. And here I am now, 70 years later. I'm titling this eulogy for Mommy, The Art of House Management. My mother was that she was perfect in every way. Let me rephrase that. She believed that things must be done exactly the way she does it. Oh no, I'll rephrase that too. Kung kaya mo gawin, kung kaya ko gawin, dapat kaya mo gawin, she would say. This is, of course, my opinion as I was growing up. I do not recall witnessing my siblings side by side Mommy learning the art of house management. And I truly believe that I was the only one that got the following strict training. Could it be I was the most obedient and available? Brothers? What do you think? For example, one of my earliest training sessions is how to wash white socks. Do you know, at that time, with five of us, do you know how many pairs of white socks she would make me wash, squatting in a bangko with a large metal tub filled with water and a bar of Perla soap? That is 5 siblings, so 5 pairs of socks times 5 days a week, 25 pairs of socks, scrubbing the heel first, turning it inside out, scrubbing the whole socks, repeat the rest of the 49 socks. Rinse, squeeze, then hang. So there. Then with that same bangko, we would tend the yard. Now, not picking flowers or watering the plants, but pulling the weeds from the lawn, which is as big as a full-size basketball court. Identify what is the weed and what is the grass. Get your garden tool and dig it out. And do you know what tool we used for this? Anyone? Anyone can guess?
Ice pick.
Ice pick. Lesson learned. I used to wonder why Mommy and I would burn the dead leaves gathered from our mango and chico trees. I had my own abanico and fan away until smoke billowed from these burning leaves covering the mango tree. She would show me with one hand on her a glass of iced beer and the other with a fan, and how to create enough smoke without burning the house down. She said, this should kill the mosquitoes and insects, so our mango tree could bear fruits. But we would snack on warm balot after intense evening of fanning. As I grew up, so did the load of house chores. How to properly sweep the floor with the walis, how to dust the furniture. And this is the way to polish the floors. On hands and knees, only use old socks. With this much Johnson's floor wax. Rub the floor this way and that direction, give it time to dry, and then finally the bunot. We would twist our way around polishing the upstairs floor. For those who do not know what the bunot is, little kids, you know? It's an empty and dried coconut shell cut in half. Mommy was also an expert on the proper way to wash dishes. Yesterday, my sister said this: never stack used dishes so the bottom doesn't get dirty. That way you can save on water and soap. And the order goes after scraping the debris. First, you have to soap the drinking glass. You have to learn this, huh? First, you have to soap the drinking glass. After the drinking glass, the utensils. Then the dishes, and finally the pots and pans. Okay? Then, rinse them the opposite way around. The greasiest pots and pans first, then the dishes, then the utensils, and finally the glasses. So there. When I was old enough to drive, it was always put the stick shift on neutral when the car is in full stop. Take the direct route, so less turns and less wear and tear on the treads of the tires. Turn off the radio before you leave the car. Push down the antenna when you leave the car. And pray before you drive. Another lesson learned. Mother sewed all the girls' Maryknoll uniforms. She had the lovely Mrs. Cordero come to the house to teach her and my sisters Nina and Pinky how to make dress patterns and sew. I was way too young, emphasis, way too young, and still is, to partake in what I believed was finally the most exciting thing to learn and do in the house. 30 years later, married and now with a baby, I so wanted to sew mother-daughter outfits and even children's clothes for my sisters' daughters, Kristen and Kimmy. But first she said, "You need to learn how to darn socks." Socks? Again? I said, finally, after graduating from sock darning, a brand new Singer sewing machine she gifted me. Thank you, Mom. So, Mom, teach me now how to sew a dress. And she said without blinking an eye, just go and buy a McCall's pattern and follow the directions. Well, there. Yesterday at Mass, Father questioned, "How do you love?" "How did you love me, Mother?" It was not just the material things you gifted me and my family, but all the life skills you instilled in me and showed me that difficult tasks reap wonderful rewards. You loved me because I now have a washing machine to wash my clothes, and yet I still hand wash the white socks of my husband. You love me because I have a beautiful yard I tend to, and yet I manually pull out the weeds of my lawn. You love me because with the help of the vacuum cleaner and the dust rag, I keep my home tidy and clean, and yet I'm on my hands and knees when cleaning the bathrooms. You love me because when I'm not using my dishwasher, I wash the glasses, then the flatware, then followed by the non-stacked plates, and finally the pots and pans, just like what you taught me. You love me because my car is an automatic and not stick shift, but I always put it in neutral when I'm in a stop sign, and I turn off the radio and the AC before I leave the car. But most of all, Mom, you love me because now I am the costume director of the Ballet Nova Center for Dance of Northern Virginia.
Yes.
I have been sewing beautiful ballet costumes for over 13 years and loving it. Mother, I only wish that you had seen my creations and said, "I did a good job raising you." And I would answer, "Thank you, Mom. You did do a good job in raising me. You are perfect in every way, and I love you." And she would say, "I love you too."